Hey everyone, it's Nick Campbell. With this Dead Zone intelligence programming,
On the next
You could win a rainbow.
well, maybe not so dead, I thought I'd take a moment to answer some viewer questions. Or at least one question asked by multiple people who may or may not be viewers. And that question is probably my least favorite question consistently asked. You may or may not know that I've been writing TV reviews for years, starting with a blog my friend Noel and I started, where we covered How I Met Your Mother and Chuck. And getting to write for so long means I've talked to a lot of like-minded and unlike-minded viewers of shows, and we get to have a conversation about what we've experienced. Honestly, I love that part about writing for the internet, where I get to gain some different perspectives while having the opportunity to flesh out my own. But one of the suggestions that I get is that I would enjoy something more if I could just stop thinking about it so much. Like I would enjoy a TV show or a character or a plot twist more if I could just turn my brain off. Few things make me more angry. Well, in the context of criticism, I mean poverty and gender inequality and cars that rev their engines in my pedestrian bubble while I'm trying to cross the street. Those things make me way more angry. Putting aside the silliness of telling a person that's paid to think about television to think about it less, I think I'm more offended by this as a willing consumer. It's one thing to let a show wash over you and to enjoy the moments as they come, but to not reflect on it afterward? To not think about it and put what you saw into context? To not try to figure out why you feel the way you feel? Critical analysis is super important, and it's something that we should all take part in, because otherwise we doom ourselves to idiocracy. And that doesn't mean that we all get to meet Luke Wilson. For instance, say you've been watching a show for 5 or 6 years, and it's getting toward the end and you're expecting some answers. The show's been mostly based in reality. There have been a couple of supernatural changes that you might not agree with, but it's been mostly about reality. And then you get toward the end and the answers are finally there, and it's all that everything is magic. Your explanation is literally the unexplainable. You fume and you rage and you tell everybody you know that this show is the hottest pile of garbage you've ever come across, until someone dares to ask you, why was this magical ending so bad in the first place? The answer you come up with is your critical analysis, and the better you know how to read a text like a television show, the more equipped you'll be in order to identify what authors are trying to say and how they make you feel the way you feel and how to steel yourself against the failings of mere mortals. And these things are everywhere because storytelling, the visual medium, has exploded so much. And over the last 100 years, we've gotten so good at injecting and extracting empathy from images that flip at us from 24 to 30 frames per second. And when I say everywhere, I mean everywhere. Let's take a look at a YouTube video like My Drunk Kitchen. Hannah Hart seems like a straightforward human and one who has no interest in taking advantage of anyone that would watch one of her videos. And I preface with that so that no one thinks I'm throwing rocks at Hannah Hart, who I absolutely adore. But she's telling a story with her Sweet Potato Mousse video, and for that she needs some of our tried and true empathy extraction methods. From the first frame you can see that it's different. The set is much emptier and darker, the feeling is a little more melancholic, and there's an empty cardboard box in the room. Something's up. She breaks routine with her usual sign-on by taking a deep breath beforehand.
Hello.
And then even her boop is a little more solemn than usual. That darkness might even remind you of famous series finales in television, where a character shuts off lights in a location that's central to the premise of the show. It's a code that's been passed down through generations of storytelling. She then comes out from behind her cutting board podium and talks directly to the camera. It's just you and her there. There are no more physical boundaries. And she tells you that
This week's not about hellos, it's about goodbyes.
welcome to the Wait for Hannah's Kitchen set. After that, she reads a poem and gets on with the cooking, which we could also break down further, but I'm trying to keep this video under 6 minutes so you don't get fatigued by my dumb face and the sound of my voice. Just know that Hannah uses nostalgia, longer takes between edits so that the audience has time to emote, and public displays of her struggle against tears in order to create the feeling that she wants for her video. A fond farewell for her quirky little kitchen. Whether she consciously tried to manipulate the audience into those feelings or she just put together a video that felt right is irrelevant. We're not concentrating on intent here. We're just looking at what made us feel the way we felt and why those things made us feel that way. And it's so important for us to parse that kind of information. We have richer lives when we contemplate these kinds of things, and we get duped less when we pay more attention. Because this stuff isn't just for finding out why TV shows fill us with so much emotion that we cry. Rory thanks her mom, and her mom is so proud, and I just want to be proud, and that's a common human experience. Or just cry because we're still watching. They couldn't even give us a 2-hour finale to wrap up 5 years of story? Marlene. But this stuff really is everywhere, from commercials to cable news to speeches to anywhere anyone is trying to convince you that what you're watching is more than just pretty light coming out of a box. People are constantly presenting you with arguments, and letting things wash over you means that you're letting these arguments slide. Suspension of disbelief is important for watching things, but make sure you're not extending those boundaries too far so that everything gets through your defenses. Know that everything that you're watching has to have some level of artifice in order for it to be presented to you in a neat little package. And your job as a smart media consumer is to make sure that you can see through that artifice so you can get to the real message. And that's not just with slick products by our Hollywood overlords that want to milk us like cash cows. It's in journalism and education and guys with sticky up hair that has like 4 shirts with collars. And the next time one of your friends tells you that you need to turn your brain off in order to enjoy something, just shake your head and let them enjoy their Gatorade sustenance. Because even if you don't get to meet Luke Wilson, know that you're on the same page. And he was the hero in that movie. Thanks for watching. Oh, 5 seconds left. Like, subscribe, and do all the things.